Even as he now resides in South Florida, it appears Mark Richt has lost control of Georgia football's Twitter account. Shortly before Saturday's second spring game under Kirby Smart, UGA's Twitter account for the football program was suspended. That marks the sixth time since January 17 of 2017 in which the account was suspended, and that suspension remains in effect as of this posting. While there has been no official word from the university or athletic department on the latest suspension, it appears that it is related to, once again, a Digital Millennium Copyright Act takedown notice. Essentially, UGA is accused of using copyrighted music in their tweets, which has led to their 5 previous suspensions. UGA Football's official account at Footballiga remains down after receiving its 6th DMCA takedown notice in 16 months. https://t.co/2zypatesnet follows the same pattern of groups of tweets being taken down for unlicensed music. Reddit CFB at Reddit CFB April 22, 2018. Along with the most recent suspension as well as the first in January of last year, UGA's account was suspended June 20, 2017, July 27, 2017, August 14, 2017 and February 7, 2018. The last one came during National Signing Day, with USA Today noting at that time that DMCA suspends accounts after 3 violations within a certain period. Western Kentucky quarterback Stephen Duncan was arrested Sunday morning on a charge of driving under the influence. The WKU Herald reports that Duncan was booked at 2:43 on Sunday morning and, in addition to DUI, was charged with failure to produce insurance and failure to illuminate his headlights. "We are aware of the situation and currently gathering more information," the program told the Herald. "We take this matter very seriously as a football program." Duncan is a redshirt sophomore from Charleston, South Carolina. He completed 2 of 2 passes for 2 yards as a redshirt freshman in 2017, and is in open competition with 5th-year senior Drew Eccles, Davis Shanley and Graydon Kulik to replace the graduated Mike White as starting quarterback. White threw for 4,177 yards with 26 touchdowns against 8 interceptions in head coach Mike Sanford's first. WKU concluded its spring on Saturday with a 92-play scrimmage. "Spring game, beautiful day, great to have the fan base out here, it was a fun game," Sanford said. "Obviously, it wasn't a traditional spring game, tackle, playing with 2 true teams, but the work we wanted to get out of it we absolutely got out of it. We got 92 plays in the scrimmage. We wanted to make sure every single person on our roster got a rep today and it was good to see. Overall, I'm pleased with what I saw." Former Notre Dame defensive lineman Kona Schwenke at his Lai, Hawaii, home on Sunday, the program confirmed on Monday. He was 25. Cause of death was not known as of press time. Hailing from the same hometown as Manti Te'o, Schwenke was a 3-star member of Notre Dame's 2010 class and appeared in 31 games with 9 starts over the following 4s. He collected 30 career tackles, helped the Irish post an undefeated regular with an appearance in the BCS National Championship as a junior and won the Irish's Next Man In award as a senior. He was signed to the rosters of the Kansas City Chiefs, New England Patriots, New York Jets, Oakland Raiders and Seattle Seahawks but did not appear in a game before concluding his football career in 2016. Ohio State running back Antonio Williams is moving a bit closer to home to continue playing his college football. The North Carolina native reportedly will transfer to the University of North Carolina to play for the Tar Heels. Williams announced his transfer news via Twitter. "Though being at Ohio State provided me with the right path to reach those goals, the timing for me to be at OSU wasn't the most ideal," Williams said in a statement on Twitter. "With that being said, following the end of this semester, I will be transferring to the University of North Carolina." Williams appeared in 12 games for the Buckeyes last, carrying the football 57 times for 290 yards and 3 touchdowns in a backup role. Ohio State's running game was led by freshman breakout star J.K. Dobbins and sophomore Mike Weber. Both are back this fall to continue carrying the ball for Ohio State, which would have left Williams sitting no higher than 3rd on the team's depth chart. Before attending Ohio State, Williams previously committed to UNC during his recruiting cycle. He switched his commitment status to Wisconsin before making one final switch to Ohio State. Williams will have 2 years of eligibility after sitting out the 2018 due to NCAA transfer rules. Williams will likely burn his unused redshirt this fall to retain 2 years of eligibility at UNC. Follow at Kevin Onk FB. The NFL draft is coming up later this week, and a handful of college football coaches could potentially have their first player chosen first overall. Among those looking to join a short list of active head coaches with a top overall draft pick on the watch includes Penn State's James Franklin, USC's Clay Helton, and Wyoming's Craig Bohl. There are just 6 active head coaches in FBS that have sent a player to the top of the NFL draft order, and only one of those coaches are currently at the same school they had a player go number 1 overall. Stanford's David Shaw was the head coach of the Cardinals when Andrew Luck went with the first overall pick of the 2012 NFL draft to the Indianapolis Colts. The other 5 coaches on the current list have since moved on to another job since they had a player go with the first pick in the draft. 3 of those active coaches will have new jobs starting this fall. Jimbo Fisher of Texas A&M was the head coach of Florida State when quarterback Jameis Winston went first overall in 2015. More recently, Sonny Dykes was the head coach at Cal when Jared Goff went to the Los Angeles Rams in 2016. Dykes is now the head coach at SMU. And just last year, Arizona's Kevin Sumlin saw defensive end Myles Garrett go to the Cleveland Browns from Texas A&M with the first pick. The 2 other coaches on the list of active coaches with a top draft pick are Urban Meyer of Ohio State and Mark Richt of Miami. Meyer was getting settled in at Florida after leaving Utah, but he was watching admirably as Utah quarterback Alex Smith went to the San Francisco 49ers with the first pick in 2005. Richt's top draft pick from his time at Georgia was quarterback Matthew Stafford, who was taken first overall by the Detroit Lions in 2009. You may have noticed, as if the headline didn't give it away, there are some notable head coaches in college football without a top overall draft pick. Despite all the success of Nick Saban at Alabama, including a factory of NFL talent sent through the draft in recent years, a top overall pick continues to elude Saban. Not that he is worried about such a thing, of course. Alabama's NFL draft output is far more impressive when you realize quantity and quality are not short on supply in Tuscaloosa. During Saban's time at Alabama, the highest draft pick from the school has been running back Trent Richardson with the 3rd overall pick of the 2012 NFL Draft. Oakland Raiders defensive tackle Marcell Dareus also went 3rd overall to the Buffalo Bills in 2011. But again, Alabama may not have a 1st overall pick, but the Crimson Tide lead the pack when it comes to first-round draft picks. Only 2 schools have a current streak of 6 years or better of having a first-round NFL draft pick, Alabama 8 and Texas A&M 6. Cherian Williams at Noll Cherian, April 19, 2017. Alabama has more first-round draft picks under Nick Saban, 22, than losses, 19. Clint Lamb at Clint Lamb, July 31, 2017. Here is a list of all the active head coaches with one number 1 overall NFL draft pick: Kevin Sumlin, Arizona; Myles Garrett, to 2017; Sonny Dykes, SMU; Jared Goff, QB 2016; Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M; Jameis Winston, QB 2015; David Shaw, Stanford; Andrew Luck, QB 2012; Mark Richt, Miami; Matthew Stafford, QB 2009; Urban Meyer, Ohio State; Alex Smith, QB 2005. Wyoming's Josh Allen is considered one of the favorites to be chosen with the first pick Thursday night in the NFL Draft, which would add Craig Bohl to the list, and he gets some of the credit for number 2 pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. Carson Wentz, 2. Penn State running back Saquon Barkley would add James Franklin to the list. UCLA quarterback Josh Rosen is another trendy pick for the top pick, but his head coach, Jim Mora, is no longer an active coach at this time. Sam Darnold of USC would add Clay Helton to the list, and Lincoln Riley would make the jump into the conversation if Heisman Trophy winner Baker Mayfield happens to go first overall. We'll find out Thursday night if a new coach joins the list or not. Follow at Kevin Onk FB.